Alrighty, guys. Um, well, I'm back. Uh, I haven't posted a video for a long time, about 2 months, because I don't know if I told you guys, but I got another job at a place where if I see in the comments, which probably won't happen, that somebody says where I work, you can guess, probably is what you're gonna have to do, because I can't remember if I said anything. But you'll have to guess where I work, and if you say it, I'll say, yes, that's where I work. But I have 2 jobs right now. I'm in high school, so I'm doing high school, and I have 2 jobs. So I've just been, so busy that I'm just so tired when I get home from work or school now to start school again. So I've just been too busy to do videos, even though I've wanted to. Well, what I'm going to do quickly before I start all of this is show you the books I've got since last time I did a video. They're all the same subject. I don't know if you guys know this yet, but I am a huge Star Wars fan. Yeah, Star Wars. So I'm a little futuristic guy, a little past guy, yeah, all that. Well, this book I already had before. I'd bought it from the same place that I'd buy all my books, usually. And it's Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And I bought this because my mom told me I should have read the book years ago, because last time I talked to her, because this was my favorite movie for a couple years. So I have The Phantom Menace, which I already had, but the rest of these I did buy. And as you can see, it is just beat up, but oh well. Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. So I got those 3. And yes, these are all beat up and whatnot, but I just want to read them, and I do want to read them, which I don't have time to, because the next series of show is going to take me forever. Alright, and then I got Sacrifice. I just kind of grabbed a bunch of the books that look good to me. Omen. Star Wars The Young Jedi Knights, Jedi Under Siege. And then recently, because I do study Star Wars, I kind of figured out maybe one of my favorite characters in Star Wars would be Jaden Korr. Wait, is it Jaden Korr? Yeah, it's Jaden Korr. Okay, I couldn't remember. So I picked up Cross Current from the store. And then these are a couple books that I bought off Amazon because I couldn't find them anywhere in town. Is Riptide. I bought this offline. And then I bought Deceived with Darth Malgus on the front. But yeah, Jaden Korr, which that's him, and that's not him, and I don't know who the hell these guys are. But yeah, these are the 2 next books I'm going to read after I do this series, I believe. So yeah. And then currently, right now, I am reading... I'll explain this here in a second. It gets a little confusing here. Alright. Oh, and I also did get a new phone, guys. So that's what I'm filming on now. It's a Galaxy S6. I got rid of my... Well, I still have it, but I had an LG Lucid, if you guys didn't know what phone I had, and now I have a Galaxy S6, so it's a bit of a step up. So, the book I was reading, it took me all summer because I only read on my breaks, was George R.R. Martin's Game of Thrones. Because I only read on my breaks, and I was like, oh, I love this book so much, it's amazing. It's amazing, it's just crazy good. But I mean, great story, details, everything. Like, seriously. And it came out before I was born. It's amazing. Also, half the books I read, but still. But so it was a really good read. I read it a while ago. I took a break from reading, surprisingly, and I picked up the book Rogue, which is from the Talon Saga, which is not very popular right now, because the first book came out, I think, 2 years ago, and the new book just came out here in April. And so I read Talon, probably back in late May, early June, and didn't know that Rogue actually had come out yet. I figured it didn't come out till November like the first book did, because usually, like, all the books, like Rick Riordan's books, come out in the same month every year, but oh well. So I read this. I started reading this, and I was like, ah, dang it, can't read the next book until I finish this. So I finished this a couple weeks ago. It took me all summer. It's like an 800 page book. And I'm reading Rogue. I'm about 150 pages in, because now I'm actually been able to start reading at home, because I've been getting a little relaxed on work and whatnot. As you can see, I kind of forgot. Okay, so that's where I'm at in Game of Thrones right now, because I'm kind of trying to put up the last 50 pages. I thought I'd read them to try to get caught up again, because I don't remember. Oh, there's my life brief for my phone, but because I don't remember a lot already. I don't know why. But, okay. And then I have A Clash of Kings, the second book, which I picked up from the place I picked up all my books. It's all beat up, and I think I only bought it for like $5. $4.50. Wow. Yep. And it's just beat up, but I mean, it's readable. And then the mail, yesterday, I found these from my aunt. A brand new A Feast for Crows, and a brand new A Dance with Dragons. And then this, the Game of Thrones A to Z guide, which I've only like skimmed through it because I'm trying not to read it, because it's like, I don't want to ruin anything. But yeah, the actors and the roles they've played and all that. But yeah, so yep, Game of Thrones. After I finish Rogue, I'm gonna pick up Clash of Kings and start reading it. I'm gonna finish these 50 pages. I'm gonna pick up Clash of Kings, read it, finish it, read the third book, which would be Storm of Swords. Oh, if you didn't know, Game of Thrones the first one, Clash of Kings the second, Storm of Swords. So I'm looking through the camera. Storm of Swords, which is the third, which is the green book. A Feast for Crows the fourth, and A Dance with Dragons is the fifth. And then he's got 2 more books coming out. This isn't even by him, but I got 2 more books coming out, which I'm excited for. Which, as soon as I finish all these, I'm extremely excited to read those. And yeah. But I kind of was like, yeah, I get back into them, because this got me down a little bit, because it took forever to read, and I'm like, oh, I got so many other books I need to read, but now I'm going to start reading more. I believe they're all about the same. Oh, this is a little longer than the other one, like 100 pages longer. But yeah, oh, and from what I've heard, I love the first book, but from what I've heard, the first book is like the third best. The second book is the worst, which is kind of sucks. I got to go through it now. The third was like the second. The Dance of Dragons was the fourth. Right? Yeah, fourth. That was fifth, by the way. And then Feast for Crows, I've heard, was the best. So I'm excited to get to this one to see if everyone's correct. But I feel like this would be good because it's called Dance of Dragons. Because dragons, if you know any at all. But yeah, okay. So that'll be it, and I'll tell you. I'll try to do a review on Clash of Kings when I finish it. Game of Thrones, the first one, is just freaking incredible. Read it. It's a little hard to read because it's really descriptive and it's long, and it's complicated, but it's a good book. It's amazing. All my coworkers say they would get lost reading it. But one thing that does bug me, though, is because the series is called Song of Ice and Fire. Well, everyone calls it the Game of Thrones because the TV show called it Game of Thrones. So the first book is Game of Thrones. And I tell people I'm reading Game of Thrones, and they were like, what book are you on? I'm like, I'm on book 1, Game of Thrones. The others aren't called Game of Thrones. So yeah. But, and as you can see, I don't have the mass market paperback edition with the sword on the front, which is actually at the bookstore, which I'm going to buy, just so I have all the original looking ones. So yeah, but Eddard Stark, I believe, and Ice, and then I don't think that'll work. Yeah, well, I was trying to zoom up